Hello! Thank you for tuning in to the Love Reads. I'm going to try something a little new this time around. I'm going to try doing pick-a-reads for each sign in relation to love. I'm going to put out 3 stones. The first time around with that pile, I'm going to do the relationship. Then I'm going to do the single version for the same pile. I'm going to try to give a little bit more diversity. I feel like even though we may share the same sign as someone else, we have different variations about what's going on in our lives. So I want to give more options, more diversity, so that way you can find what pile most resonates with you. Let me know at the end, of course, if this worked or didn't work for you. It's going to be a little different than normal, but let's give it a shot. Hello, Libra. Thank you for tuning in. For this part of the read, I'm using the Modern Spellcaster's Tarot by Melanie Marquise, illustrated by Scott Murphy for the Supportive Oracles, Angel Answers, Oracle Cards by Dorian Virtue and Radley Valentine. Alright, let's move that out of the way. So let's get the 3 piles down here. Just gonna keep them in frame. There we go. Nope, I don't like that. Okay, we got that. Let's do... Seems like we had a lot here, but let's get some stones on them. Alright, so we got pile 1 here. Do that one. This is going to be pile 2. And then this will be pile 3. So this is the stone we're doing right now. Stone 1. This feels like this might kind of be pulling through this way. See if I remember that. Okay, this is a very interesting layout we got going on here. Are we all in frame for the most part? Hopefully. Okay. Okay, so just make sure you can see those. I don't know if you can see the top ones enough. I hope you can. I'll move them down as we need to. So I'm noticing here you got, this is the other side, this is the other person. So we're doing relationship first. They got the Knight of Cups and you've got the 3 of Cups. Chariot in the middle is telling me things are going off really well, things are starting off great. The other person is saying, let's do this. This is Libra. You're all for it. You're like, yeah, let's do it. This is cool. I like it. Good deal, good deal. Things seem to be taking off quickly right here. So we're moving forward. All right, so... I'm getting, this compromise seems like it goes from here up to here. So I feel like other people are pushing into this situation. Other people are affecting your partner. They're causing some changes here. Whatever the situation is, other people are saying, well, I know you want to do that, but this is what has to happen right now. We need your help. They're seeming to pull on your partner. Because of that, there's a direction change. Choose a new direction. But I'm also seeing like you're okay with it because... I feel like you're looking at this like I really like where we were going. I really like what we were going to do. You were all happy with it. But whatever people are saying, oh, wait, you got this going on. Your partner has to do this. I feel like you're looking at this like, oh, yeah, no, that's true. You seem to be very level-headed about this. You seem to handle this a lot better than your partner does. Your partner wants to spend time with you, wants to do things with you. When this pushes in, I feel you very understanding about it. I feel your partner, though, is very disappointed. Now, the compromise starts over on this side with people pushing in. Your partner is forced to compromise. I don't feel you pushing in on that. I feel other people are pushing in on that, and your partner wants to do things with you. So your partner is, striking this compromise here. It comes up to your side, you're like, I can work with the compromise, that's great, let's do it, I understand how this has to work out. Now I'm seeing the 9 of Swords here on your partner's side, they're not happy about how this is working out. But I feel you promoting that this is a fair balance, this is a just balance, this will make the whole situation work a lot better, improving health. I feel what this is saying is like just promoting the balance, keeping the balance, which is a great thing for Libra. I know that's stereotypical, but they're usually quite good at that. That is making you happy. It's making the situation flourish. Your partners, I feel like they'd rather just spend time with you at this point. What if for whatever reason they'd just rather spend time with you, for good, bad, or not, whatever. And I feel like if you're aware of this, I feel like just you promoting and saying this is good, this has worked out good, you're happy with it, just keep reiterating how you're happy with it. I feel like it's more liable to just kind of move forward smoothly. Your partner seems to want to spend more time with you, and they would like to... I know this is a general read, but I'm feeling like they'd like to just kind of walk away from whatever their responsibilities are. I feel like you know that that's not right. They can't really do that. That's not a good thing. I feel you seeing it actually from like, no, if they don't do what they're supposed to do, that's more problems down the line. That's bigger problems down the line. So you might have to keep promoting them, keeping that balance. Because especially when this compromise goes from here up to here, I feel you promoting that compromise, not allowing them to walk away from that, it serves your relationship a lot better. And I feel like that might be the kicker with this part of this reading. Just to like reinforce your viewpoint, because I feel like you're going to have that viewpoint anyway, and saying, yeah, no, keep that going. Make sure that that balance stays. Make sure that your partner holds to that. I don't feel like it's like I don't know. I just feel like they want to spend time with you. They're very centered on doing that. They'd really rather do that. But you saying, no, let's keep up our responsibilities. Let's do that too. And we can do a little bit of both. I just feel like you holding that line, everything works out better in the future. All right, now let's do for single. Single. Knight of Cups on the other side. You got the Three of Cups, which I know the top card you can't see the best, but you can see the names there, so I'll leave them like this for now. Maybe I'll just pull them down a little bit just so you can see them, in case you really want to. There we go, maybe that'll work. Somebody comes towards you. Something kicks off really quickly. I'm almost feeling like there's a gap here. For the single, I feel like there should be a little gap here. I'm getting somebody's coming towards you, but you're not taking it as a romantic advancement. You're taking it as more of a friendship is what I'm getting. I feel like what they want from you, the love they're expressing, I feel like you're interpreting it like this could be a great friendship or this is part of the group. It's almost like maybe you know somebody through other people, and I don't feel you connecting with like a one-on-one love. I feel like this is like a good group situation. This could be really good. I don't know. I don't feel you connecting one-on-one with this person at this point. And I feel like this is going forward pretty quickly. But I don't feel you connecting with it. I don't feel you connecting with it as a love thing at this point. I really don't. So this person has love interest towards you, but I don't feel you connecting back in the same way. Now, as you go to the next spot here, I'm getting other people are making it quite apparent to you. They're helping this person. They're helping you realize what's really going on here, what they really want. Are we sure? Yeah, I feel like that's how that's going. Because I see helpful people on their side, perfect timing on yours. Perfect timing in the sense of like you're getting the clue in about what this person really wants. Other people are helping you see that. Which is getting the situation between you and them to actually change direction. The question is, it might be changing direction, especially when I'm seeing their outcome, in a way where you're just addressing what it is, and like I feel like there's another gap here. Because I feel like first this is happening, there's a gap, people are telling you what's going on, you're getting the clue in, then you're changing direction, then there's a gap, and then I feel like you're deciding what you want from this. And I noticed that compromise here, and again, like with the first part of this one, I'm getting that compromise is being struck from people around you. They're helping you figure out what you need to do or want to do, actually. I feel like they're working it out with you, talking it out with you. I feel like you're not telling this person no, but I feel like you might be telling them not now, in a sense. I feel like you're saying, well, I don't know if we could actually go anywhere with that. I don't know if that's for me or not, or if this is a good idea. I'm not completely turned off by the idea, but I feel like, we're going to have to take it really slow and just see how it goes slow, step by step, and just see if anything naturally comes of the situation. I feel that's the compromise with you, just kind of saying, I don't know. I can't say yes, I can't say no. Let's just keep hanging out with other people. Let's just see how things go, and over the next few months, if something seems to come together, let's see what happens for there. I feel like you don't want to take a chance on damaging other friendships in case this doesn't match. Because I feel like you're concerned that it might not. And I'm getting improving health. Like, I feel like you're stabilizing the situation. It's almost like you're making sure the friend group is stabilized. Especially if this is a work situation and this person is somebody you work with. You're just kind of like, oh, it's a little risky. Let's just go slow and just see how it goes over the next few months. I'm not going to say yes, can't say no either, but we'll see. I'm getting the Nine of Swords on their side. Like, I feel them regretting coming forward towards you. You're saying, I'm not sure, let's see how it goes. They're taking it as a no. They're taking it as a no. And I feel like the way they view the situation, they're like, if the interest was there, it would be there. If it's not, it's not. They don't seem to have this gray area feel about it. It's either yes or no. There is no gray to them. That's how I'm feeling this, because they know they like you. And the fact that you're not really on the same page at the moment, in truth, it just could be you're just not there yet. It just hasn't come across your mind. You just haven't had time to really get used to the thought or whatever. It's just not there right now. It could show up in the future. But the way they're viewing it is it's either there or it's not. And the way they're taking it, even though I feel like you're saying it very nicely, they're taking it as if you're telling them no. You're not actually telling them no is what I'm getting. But they're taking it that way. So I feel like the point of this is for you to realize they're going to take it as a no. You're thinking you're putting it out there like, I don't know right now, maybe yes, maybe no. It's either all or nothing with this one is what I'm getting. And if you're not on board with going forward, they're taking it as a no. Is that good? All right. I feel like it's just you getting the perspective and realizing that's how they're taking it makes a big difference. All right, let's go to the next stone. That's this one. What do we have here? Are we in frame for the most part? I feel like this is detached here. Okay, so in the realm of trying to keep everything in focus or on camera or whatever we got going on here. This one I feel is definitely detached. Alright, what do we got here? Is this good? Is this not so good? There's a lot of powerful cards here. Like this one, this one, this one. Yeah, these three especially is where I'm really getting it. Now, this is relationship. We're going to do relationship first. Okay. The Magician on your partner's side. And this is the Four of Swords down there. Let me see if I can move that up just a little bit so you at least can see it. The Four of Swords with the Magicians, they want to make something happen. I mean, ironically, usually the Magician is in control of elements. They make things happen. They pull things forward. They usually do what they have with the elements they have, and they create from what they have, create what they want from what they have. And, you know, they got control of the elements, blah, 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 blah. I'm noticing the Four of Swords happens. Like this person, your partner, is trying to make something happen, and then they hit the brick wall. You're the key. It's almost like you're one of the ingredients to their spell, something like that. They can't make everything happen unless you're on board and you come in with them. Because it's you, like, see how this is detached here? It doesn't actually happen until you're a part of it. Your partner wants something. They want to make something happen, but they need you. You're a part of this equation. They need to have you on board to actually make it happen. They definitely do. Now, when this comes forward, they're realizing, see, that Four of Swords happens because they're stuck. They can't go forward to the next phase. The Magician is somebody who makes what they want happen, but they also have to use certain elements. They have to use ingredients. They have to make things come together. I think the best analogy I could say is the Magician can't pull a rabbit out of the hat if they don't have a rabbit. You know what I mean? If they don't have the rabbit, you can't really pull it out of the hat if you don't actually have one. That's the point. And I know that's a sleight of hand trick, but you know what I'm saying. It's like you're the rabbit. They need you. They need you to make this happen. They definitely do. When you're added into it, Ace of Swords comes in. You'll notice in this deck especially, like, I see Wands as fire. in this deck they see swords as fire, but I feel like this is really perfect, saying that like what they want, what your partner want, actually does happen when you come into play. I also see you very on board with this. You're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, we're cool. We're cool. It's all good. I want to do this. Yeah, yeah. I see you're all into it. Because you're coming into it, this actually happens. All right, so this is where we start. Now, I don't know if you see this there. Let's reconsider. Whatever the original plan was, and that you come into and you make happen for them, which seems good enough, they have a change of heart. Your partner has a change of heart. It does play out the way they want to. It's like things do go to plan. But it's one of those things where it all looks like fun. It all looks great until you actually get into it. And then once you're in the whole process of the situation, it feels a little different than you expected. It's what you wanted, but like being actually in it, it feels different than you expected it to feel. So they got reconsider here. They want to change direction. They do want to change direction, but they're reconsider. They're just thinking about going a different direction. I feel like there's a question here. Is this one of the things where, for example, somebody's trying a new sport and they just need time to get used to the new sport, get acquainted with it before, and it may take a while before they're actually used to it and, up to par where the way they want to be. Is that the case here? Or is this where they tried something, it looked really great, but they're not liking it as much and it's just not clicking in with them? What's actually happening? I feel like you as the Libra have to kind of find out, do they just need to give this more time? Or is this just really just not clicking like they thought it would, and this is just turning out to not be what they actually wanted? They made happen what they thought what they wanted, but now that they're actually doing it, turns out it's not really for them. You got meditation brings answers, and that's kind of, I already kind of said it, but you have to figure out, like, is this something you need more time with before you're actually going to be okay with it, or is this something that's just not going to click at all? Which is it? I feel you kind of trying to get, or what's being suggested here is trying to get your partner to stick with it a while longer. Try to get them to keep trying, and so you can get closer and find out the truth. Do they need more time to get used to it, or is this just never going to hit? You need to figure that out. I feel that's up to you. That way there's just not a lot of wasted effort here. Because you got to get more information here at the end. I'm getting this, don't let them walk away right off the bat. They may be reconsidering and they may be communicating that, but keep them in it. Keep them going. Give it more time. And I feel like if you can find out, and I feel like you know your partner well enough to know, it's either just not hitting permanently, it's just not hitting, or they're not giving it enough time. Which is it? And then from there, you'll make your decision on how to help them forward. If they need to give it more time, you'll promote that. If it's just not going to click, then you'll help them get out of it. I just feel like you don't want to have all this wasted effort, especially if it's something you believe they could actually enjoy. They just got to give it more of a chance. All right, now let's read this for singles. It's like this. I feel like this is a little bit different. We got to move these down just a little bit, because I feel like that's saying something. Now this person, for singles, somebody does have their eye on you. And I do get that. But I'm noticing they're just looking to have somebody in their life. They're looking for somebody to like fill a position is what I'm getting. This is how this is starting. They're noticing you. They think you would be a good idea. So I don't know how that makes you feel. I'm not sure how I would take that, but it's kind of like, it's almost like somebody saying, I need a car. And then they're like, well, I want a car, I gotta get a car. Let me go to the used car salesman and just see what's available. That's how it feels to me. I personally don't find that overly impressive. I'm not saying that could be a bad thing. I'm just saying, my first thought is like, I don't know if I like that. And I feel like they're out there looking. They're looking for somebody to fill a position. You see them. You notice this person. And I feel like it's one of those things where I don't see it coming forward just yet. They seem to be nice to you, but you notice they're looking around. I feel like it's kind of like, they're looking around the car lot. You get it. You see it. You see it for what it is what I'm getting here. But you do like them, and you're like, no, I could actually see myself with this person. That's with the Ace of Wands here. I feel like you're noticing them looking. They're looking around the car lot, whatever. And you're like, no, you know, I could see the future there. I could. They seem to be overwhelmed with the choices. And I'm noticing that with the Four of Swords. They seem to be overwhelmed with the choices. There's like, it's almost like all the choices are that's all these dogs around them, or wolves, whatever's going on. They have all these choices around them, and they seem a little overwhelmed. That's where I feel like you step in. I feel like you're like, well, you know what? I feel like you're game. You're like, I'm game. Let's see how this goes. Because, you know, not for nothing. I know what they're doing. I know they're kind of looking around to see what they can get. But you know what? It's either going to click or it's not. And if we get into this and they don't seem to have the passion I want from them, if I don't feel like the love is there, I can walk away. I know how to handle this. I feel you stepping in and saying, I see you're very overwhelmed with these choices. How about you take this car? Well, let's do it this way. And I feel like they're with that. They're cool with that. They want somebody. They're looking to get somebody. And you're like, well, guess what? I've decided it'll be me. I feel that that's how this is working. Now, the reconsider down here. Where is... Alright, let's just give it a second here, because I don't want it just to come across harsh, because I'm afraid somebody else is getting their attention. That's my first thought, is somebody else is getting their attention. I actually feel like that's the thing. The question is, no, somebody else is definitely getting their attention. And I don't feel like they're so cemented in with you that they feel like they can't explore that thought. I don't know how far that thought is going, but there's a thought going on there. They're reconsidering if this is something they want to do. Now, I'm seeing the meditation brings answers. I feel like you have to look at this like, are they just still looking at options, looking at other cars, for example? Or have they decided that you're not what they're interested in? It's almost like, have they not moved on from the choosing phase? Or have they decided, you know, you were not the choice they wanted? And I feel like the Seven of Pentacles here is kind of saying maybe it depends on how this is going, how you're feeling. If you're feeling slighted or you're like less than, or like somebody is like devaluing you, then you need to go. You need to move on. So don't let yourself be sold short. But like, are they just looking at other people? Are they just talking to other people? Or are they actually going towards other people? You might need a moment to really understand what's actually happening here. Because I almost feel like maybe this is one of those things where they'd put out some information prior when they were in the searching phase, and things like that are coming back around now, which is causing this reconsider. I feel like you need to look at it a little deeper. You might have to give it a little bit more time. The Seven of Pentacles, I feel like you're seeing this go on for a little while. But I feel like it's one of those things where, is it just past situations coming in, and just like your partner or potential partner, because this is for singles, is considering these other situations? Or is it just they've decided that you're not the one for them, but they're just kind of dragging it out? It doesn't seem easy how this ends to me, because I feel like it's just very mucky, very gray, in the sense of like, this person doesn't know where they really stand. That's what I'm actually getting. And other people are showing them attention, other people that they've gone towards prior to seeing you a little bit more seriously. So I'm getting, it's like, it may take you a little while to decide, you know, is this person going another direction, or are they just still not sure what they're doing? And you're going to have to decide for yourself what is and is not acceptable. If you're feeling sold short, I would say move on. But if you're thinking, you know, they're just kind of sorting out their possibilities, and you're in a place where you're okay with the way things are, if you honestly feel okay with the way things are, you might want to give it some time just to see how it pans out. It seems a little bit of a slippery slope to me, but that might be what you want to do. They're also saying get more information, in the sense of like, be careful you're not perceiving more than actually is happening. I do feel like they are considering other options, but they might not be actually acting on these other options. They might be actually more discovering you, and you know, they're realizing, I know these other options are around me, but I have to discover you more to see if that's something I really want. So you might want to look a little deeper and make sure they're not moving or acting on certain options if that's unacceptable for you, just so you have the truth and you can move forward with what is actually happening. All right, we got that one. That was singles. Yep. All right, what do we have for the last stone? Because I just slam it down all over the place. The third stone. Oh. No, for some reason that one's upside down. I don't know why. That one too. How many of these are going to be upside down? Yeah. Alright, so are these all in frame? I think they're, well, maybe I move them down a little bit. There we go. These are both upside down. I don't know what they are, but I'm confident they should be. So we'll find out why. Oh, well, I guess that just kind of... Okay, well, there we go. We're going to do relationship first. This is a more up on your side with the star card, the hope, the inspiration, the, you know, stuff like that. Coming in, I feel like you're the one kicking something off here, and it comes right into the center. There's an intimate moment, there's a beautiful moment between you and your partner. You're inspired, you want something to happen, you have this idea about what you think should happen. It seems great to me. You're the one who puts this in play. You create a beautiful moment with your partner, and I feel like you're trying to inspire more going forward. The thing is, whatever it is that this was a great moment. It's whatever's coming forward after this becomes the problem. You have a great moment, you want to hang out with them, you have this moment with them, you're like, we should do this now, we should do that now. You're trying to balance out a way to bring more of this into the relationship, more of this. To me, seems great, actually, but it's not going that well at the end here. I feel you trying to balance it out. What do we need to do? How do we need to do this to like bring more of this passion that we've just had a moment here? How do we do this more? I'm getting the 9 of Wands on your partner side. For whatever reason, it's like the rock and the hard place, between the rock and the hard place. You're trying to work out possibilities. They seem to be defending and saying they can't. I feel that I can't feeling here. I can't. Which kind of is / I won't. They're resistant. I don't know why they're so resistant, but I feel them being resistant. You're trying to work it out. They're resistant. I feel like they're in this thought, like, I can't. I don't have time for that. I can't do that now. I had the moment then, but that's a rare thing. I just can't. I won't. That's what I'm feeling with this. The thing is, what is it that's actually happening with your partner? You're going to have to look at the why. What is going on? Is it work? Is it other obligations? Why do they not want to? That's the question. Because I feel like I can't / I won't. Why? What is holding them back? Because once you see what that is, what the truth of that is, I feel like you realize this ending is very brutal, but it's not giving me a way around it. It's saying that your partner is not willing to see another way around this. They remain positive upside down is like they're not willing to do that. If they change this, I feel like it has to stay upside down. They have to, on their own terms, I don't feel like you can even convince them to do this. They have to turn this around. They have to, like, and they're not. I feel a very pessimistic energy. Because they're not willing to work with you, there's nothing for you to recover. As long as remain positive is upside down, recover is going to stay upside down, which is on your side. You can't recover from this situation for this part. You're not going to be able to bring this back again without your partner, changing the attitude, is what I'm getting. I know this is a general read, take it with a grain of salt, but that's what I'm feeling. And you got the 3 of Swords between it. That's heartbreak. That's devastation. I don't want to say devastation, but it's a version of devastation, is it not? Heartbreak, upset, not happy. But you'll notice this is between the 2 of you. You're not happy, you're heartbroken, but so are they. They are too. Why do they feel they cannot? I feel like this might be a wake-up call. If this is a job thing, or whatever it is that's holding them down, this is a wake-up call that maybe they need to reorganize their life. Maybe that's the thing. Because they did love that moment with you. They definitely did. So I feel like they need to look at what's going on. You might have to actually change your perspective about this whole thing, about what is this bringing forward. If it is a job, is it some type of family thing? What is going on in their life where they feel like they can't, they won't? because it might be a wake-up call again to like reorganize and reevaluate where their life is and where it's going, and maybe they're going to have to start making slow changes to correct that. Because I know how this is ending with heartbreak, but they did love this moment. They do want this moment back. They just have decided, like, it's very strong, like it can't happen. They are very pessimistic about this. And it might take you a while to really chip at them to realize, you know what, maybe it's time to rehaul your life and reevaluate where you are and where you're going. That might be the kicker for this for you. You might have to be like, listen, because they're not happy either. That's the thing. They're not happy where they're going. It's one thing if one person's happy, it's another if nobody's happy. Nobody's happy here. Nobody likes this ending is what I'm getting, especially with the Three of Swords. So you might have to be like, what is that that's causing you all this pain? Because maybe it's time to reevaluate life. All right, that's the relationship. What do we have for singles? Okay, it's similar. For singles, you got the Star card here. You're out. I feel like you're looking for somebody to have a connection with. I feel like that's what you think. You're ready. You're like, yeah, let's do it. I'd like to find somebody. What do I have? What are my options? What do we got going on here? You immediately, is what I'm getting, immediately find somebody you connect with. Now, immediate could be within a week and a half, just to be fair, because I know it's a general read, you know. It's like immediately, well, 5 minutes has passed, where are they? But, you know, within like a week and a half, just to be semi, like, it doesn't take long. You're like, I want somebody, I'm ready, let me see if I can find out there, let me find somebody. You find a good match right off the bat. Like, I feel like you just find a good one. In the sense of, like, you match emotionally, you get along, the passion is there. For whatever reason, they have roadblocks. This was a temporary moment for them. Again, this is a I can't, I won't, I can't, I won't. That's what this is. They have too much going on. They have the remain positive upside down. They're not going to work with you on this. They're not. And I feel like the thing is, they're saying they can't. I feel you trying to work with that energy. You're not just accepting that. You're trying to come together. I feel like you're trying to, but it's just like not happening. You're trying to come together. You're trying to work with them. But they're not willing to see possibilities. They're not even willing to tell you exactly what's going on. I feel like they're not going to give you the information you would need to actually help them work it out. They're not working with you. Remain positive upside down. That's shutting the door. That is definitely shutting the door. Like, they're not even communicating with you. I feel like they're even probably going to ignore you or block you or in some rate. I don't feel like they're even communicating with you at this point. And like with the first part of this choice, because they're not working with you, it gives you nothing to recover. There's nothing you can do here. And nobody's happy. I know this is weird, but I feel like this is really, like, seriously, this is something they would love. They're just not working with you, but and that's, you both end up in the Three of Swords. It's heartbreak. You felt the connection, they felt the connection. They're not willing to really work with it. It's done. There's nothing left. You just, if they worked with you, there could be possibilities here. But I'm feeling they will not. They're hiding something back here too, and I get that. You don't. It seems like you don't know them well enough to know what they're actually hiding. They don't want you to know something. It's causing more problems. They're just not telling you enough. If they told you more, it might be able to be worked out, but they're not. They're shutting the door. Very pessimistic. That this card upside down, because that's upside down. Your card can't. You can't recover anything because they have to work with you. Three of Swords is how it ends. Heartbreak. Nobody's happy. I think it's just, I think it drives me nuts though, because like they're not happy, you're not happy, but like if they work with you, you both possibly could be. I don't feel there's even a way for you to like convince them to do this. They won't hear you. They refuse to even hear you. I feel like with this reading, if this is really hitting with you, the point is for you to see it for what it is, so you can move on and heal from it and go in a different direction. No use you banging your head against the wall. No use in that. And we're done. Alright. I am going to wrap this up here. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.